Yeah, so what's the name of the EP?
Promise.
And you know, who came up with that title?
We just collabed on it. We was trying to figure out titles, and I was like, oh, what about Promise? And he was like, why? And I was like, oh, well, you know, like, growing up in poverty, we didn't have nothing, you know, so music was our only way of escaping. So like, man, I promise I'm going to make it, or I promise I'm not going to be able to have to worry about having food on the table, or Mom, I promise I'm going to give you your dream house. Lord, I promise I'm always going to give you praise, honor, and glory through it all, you know. And then a lot of people kept telling us we had promise when we met, and we were like, okay, cool, like, that's what's up. So when we became a group, you know, it just seemed like Promise was the perfect title.
How do y'all feel like y'all can change this game? Like, you know, the game is oversaturated.
I can always relate to Tupac. I love Tupac music. And it was just like, listen to him say what he was saying and how he was saying it. You know what I'm saying? It was like it just touched my soul. So I was like, man, you know, if I'm going to give this rap thing a shot, then, you know, who's a better role model to want to follow in those footsteps as far as success? So technically, Tupac taught me how to rap.
What brought y'all together?
Honestly, we met at a cypher. We met at a show where we both was doing our own separate things, and we had our ciphers where we come out, and then, you know, we just met up after that and was like, hey, you know, let's get in the studio and work on some.
One song, that's what it was supposed to be.
And it was chemistry. We made a whole mixtape, and it took off.
It took us like a week, if that.
What was the title of that mixtape?
Young and Successful. Everybody was like, oh yeah, you know, it's just about music. We're going to make it. We're going to get famous, get rich. You know, but I was like, Josh, it's not even about that. You gotta be in love with the music. You know, fame and money will come if it's meant to be. And I was like, but don't chase that. Let that chase you. And he's like, oh, you know, you're right. So I make sure that whether he knows if we get a record deal or we make it or we don't, that we tried together. But at the end of the day, we're brothers first.
What up? It's your boy Stevie J.
It's your boy Josh.
And we are
Y.N.C.
We want to give a big shout out to True Sound Lounge.
Let's take a walk so we can talk about